Hello and welcome back. I am Chris with Marksman Shooting Sports in Westfield, Indiana, and you are watching Marksman TV. Welcome back to another gun store vlog. Today we're going to give an update on the implementation of the new rules imposed by the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act and the extended background check waiting periods that we are seeing as a result. If that sounds interesting to you, please stick around. That's coming up now. Okay, so about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I did a gun store vlog addressing the changes that had happened at the NICS system, the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, which is run by the FBI, in response to the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which did pass through Congress several months ago. Now, the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act aimed to curb gun violence in the United States. Typical initiatives that Republicans look for is hardening schools or allocating resources to mental health screening and different programs. Democrats are typically focused on gun control. Now, the gun control measures that were passed through this act were based on or focused on buyers under the age of 21. Federally in this country, you can purchase a long gun at the age of 18, 19, or 20, or a handgun at the age of 21 or older. Now, typically when you go into a gun store to purchase a firearm, you are completing a NICS background check, 4473, that is transmitted through NICS, and one of three statuses is typically provided to the gun store attendant. A proceed, which means the buyer can take the gun home. A denied, which means the buyer cannot take possession of the firearm short of filing a successful appeal with NICS. Or a delay, which means the buyer can typically be delayed for up to 3 business days. Now, that does not include data paper submission. It does not include weekends or holidays, so it can be really 5 to 7 days in all. Now, through the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, they aim to open up juvenile records for scrutiny by NICS agents during a background check for those buyers between the ages of 18 and 20. Because of this, they wanted to allow extra time for the NICS agents to look into those records, so they moved the waiting time from a 3-day period to a 10-day period. Remember, that 10-day period does not include weekends, holidays, or data paper submission, so really in all it can be 14 or 15 days or longer. Now, in typical cases, I've been in business now for 8 or 9 years. If somebody is delayed for that 3-day period, it's typically 24 to 48 hours before NICS comes back with a status. Remember, it is not required that the buyer wait the full waiting period. It is just the maximum amount of time NICS has to investigate that person's background check. But if it does come up with a status sooner, they can go ahead and provide that, and the buyer can go ahead and come pick it up. In most cases, I would probably say 70% or so, we would have buyers receive a status before their 3-day waiting period has expired. Now, keep in mind, gun stores can use their own discretion on whether or not they want to transfer the firearm to a buyer based on the status they receive from NICS. So even if that waiting period has expired or a status has been provided, it can still be withheld by the gun store should they choose to do so. Now, in the cases that we have seen, because now this has been in effect for 2 to 3 weeks with NICS, we have had several buyers under the age of 21. We have seen that in all cases, of course, per the rule, all buyers under the age of 21 are going to automatically be delayed. Furthermore, in all cases, we've seen buyers go the full 10 days. Now remember, that does not include weekends, holidays, or data paper submissions, so we're at about 2 weeks plus, which has been the case on all buyers that we have had under the age of 21. Now, I don't know if I foresee that this is going to be the case indefinitely. What I think this is a symptom of the process not being adequately constructed or configured for the new rule changes in time, and allocation of resources not being adequate for new agents to be available to look into the extended background check of those buyers. Therefore, at the current time, we are seeing all of them go to the full extent of the 10-day waiting period. I'm hearing through the grapevine, watching YouTube videos, and talking to other dealers I know that they are having the exact same experience. So if you are under the age of 21, expect to wait the full 10-day period, at least right now in this point in time. Again, because of this, remember, buyers over the age of 21 can be delayed for up to 3 business days. In the past, we had noticed that most of these buyers would get their proceed status within 24 to 48 hours. In most cases, buyers don't typically go the full extent of the 3 business day period. Because of this, and I would guess because of the allocation of manpower and resources into the further investigation of those buyers 18, 19, and 20, it has pulled away from those investigators who might be also researching those who are over the age of 21, and we are seeing that the delayed status of those buyers in more often cases is exceeding to the full 3-day waiting period as opposed to the 24 or 48 hours that we had typically seen in the past. Now, because of that inadequate allocation of resources and configuration of the NICS system, I also fear that there will be a similar result when the rule for braces does take effect in December. It may not, hopefully it does not, but if it does, what it will require is for owners of braced pistols, if they do not meet the adequate point value on the worksheet that they are providing, they will have to file those on a Form 1 as an SBR. That's if you choose to do that. I know you could configure, convert the firearm, take the brace off, but if you do decide to file that under a Form 1 and make it an SBR, that is going to potentially put millions of people through the NFA system. Currently, the NFA wait times for machine gun suppressors, SBRs, SBSs, and the like is going on in excess of 1 year. I do foresee if that rule does go into effect, due to lack of available resources and funding for the initiative, it could push NFA wait times in excess of 2 years. That is just entirely a prediction on my part, but I'm sort of using the implementation of what I'm seeing through this, the Safer Communities Act, as a basis for comparison if the SBR rule does go into effect. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to come to you guys with a short video to let you know what I am seeing. If you have any questions, leave those down below. If you found this video useful, please let me know by hitting the like button. Please also consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell notification button. I'm going to leave you guys off with that. I am Chris with Marksman Shooting Sports in Westfield, Indiana. You are watching Marksman TV, and I will see you next time.